Greetings and welcome, Dapplings, to the town of Long Island, where we are running out of power. Now, we are in the process of trying to build a factory, but I actually think there are a few things that we can do differently. It's been a day or so since the last time I recorded, and I've had a chance to read over some of the comments, and yes, I do agree, building the upgraded, or rather the larger dorm, that was a bit of a mistake on my part. We could have gotten by with a smaller one and then just replaced it later on. As I mentioned in the comments, there was a reason for why I did that. The idea was because there's one exit structure, I somehow had to be very careful and kind of build as big as I wanted it to be. The reality is that a one exit structure is the perfect structure to replace, because you don't have to worry about making redundant connections for any buildings that link up to it. So that was just silly. I'm not going to undo it now, but I am going to do my best. We've got 4, 5, 6. I need a little bit more. We're making more over here? Yes, we are. Okay. We need to try and get all of this metal made, and I should be able to get the large solar panel. As much as I thought this planet was going to necessitate using more wind than anything else, I really do feel that we need these early solar panels, otherwise it's just going to be a pain. Are we going to be able to get this one done in time? Because if we can, that would be ideal. Also, how are we doing? We've got plenty of bioplastic. I actually think having another vitromeat, maybe another 2, would be good, since they're so easy to keep going. Biologists can make use of them without too much issue. So close. Could you please prioritize this? I want that done as a priority, please. There we go. We want space cows, space chickens, space pigs. Perfect. There we go. As soon as we're done here, there we are. We've got everything we need for a solar panel. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to make use of it tonight, but we've got almost a full supply of power there. You know what? Let's just shut this down. For this night, we're not going to use that at all. Okay, that's actually pretty good. We've got full wind, or well, we had full wind for a little while, at the very least. Now, hopefully, this one full charge is going to get us through this night. That will give us 40 on the morrow. That'll give us 25. This can give us up to 50. Which is grand. But we definitely want to see more and more and more food being delivered. Now that we've got these, there should be a fair old amount of food being hauled in. Having a larger biodome would have been ideal, but we're fairly low there. There's lots of things we need to work on here. Halfway through the night, though, and we've got a lot of power remaining. We shouldn't have too much problem, so I'm going to turn this on. That is going to pull a lot of power, 4.5. That is quite a lot of power. Hopefully, we'll get some of our workers out there working very soon. That's probably going to be down to about half charge by the end of the night. Okay, we've got meat being hauled in. It's one of the only things we've got right now, unfortunately. Onions and tomatoes. Unfortunately, we are always seem to be just on the verge of starvation here, which is quite nasty. So I can't really afford to swap any of those for med kits. But I am getting a fair bit of stuff, so I could potentially be looking at trading my bioplastics on. And I might well do that. Okay, we're getting some more ore in. So the very next thing I absolutely need is to rebuild the factory. We need to about there. We are going to need to have a way of making more space, because that is just going to really hurt us. They're okay on the whole right now, but you know, that's not gonna stay that way for too long. There we go. More things being delivered. That's grand. You only need 2 there. Have we got any ore? None. But that's okay. We've almost got another ore there. Alright, so that's the main thing, is having the power issue kind of resolved. I'm not going to say fully resolved, but, you know, it's kind of there. We are bringing in more starch all the time, and our workers have things to do pretty much all the time, which is good to see. I do need more of that ore, though. Quite desperately. In fact, we're also going to need an extra metal there, so we're going to need 3. So you've got a lot of work ahead of you. But with the trade depot open to traders, hopefully we will get someone in soon and we can trade off some of our plastic for some metal. I'm not going to be trading off medicine, not until I'm actually making some, because right now that would be horribly bad. I'm making something just out of meat. Basic meal, made of meat. A meat meal. There we go. Another basic meal. Some more meat being delivered. I mean, we're making progress. Slow though it may be. There we are, one more metal. And here we go. Just on time. Yes, please. How I wish. Alas, no. Really? There we go. I'll buy that 1 metal from you for my 2 plastics. That'll mean I only need 1 more. And then I'll have my factory. Mind you, we'll still be a little ways off from being able to get any space, because we'll still need to be working our butts off pretty much to bring in the ore that we'll need. But we'll at least make some progress. A second small biodome we could set up, or replace the one that we've got. But before I replace it, I would want to have the materials to completely build the new one without any issue at all. There we go. We made it all the way through the night, more or less, on 1 charge. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Need 1 piece of metal. And we are back to producing bioplastics. And again, with nothing else to use bioplastics on, how about a little bit more vitro meat? Seems our biologists are, for the most part, keeping up with the workload, though I don't think we can afford much more. There we go. Thank you very much. Bring in that all. Well done. Okay, so 1 full battery and a little bit of top up from the wind turbine, and we can get through the night without too much issue, more or less. Not quite, but we just need for a worker to come down here and take control of this. There we go. Fantastic. Always seem to have 1 worker in here at the moment. Probably going to end up with both of them. Okay. And we are going to start just building up the bioplastics, simply because we're not using it to make any medicine. Now that is a bit of an issue. We do need to get that going as soon as we can. But we're about to... Oh, really? Did you... You walked out on your job? You scoundrel, you. There we are. Our food situation seems to be resolved for the most part. I'm going to turn on the med bay. It will tuck into our power situation, but there's not a huge amount we can do there. What I would like to do is link these up and then replace this with another very large solar panel. But that'll come after I build a second battery. And that's going to come in a long while, to be perfectly honest. We've got a lot of stuff we need to work on before then. But we're actually starting to stockpile some meat and vegetables. That is a really good sign. Really good sign, considering where things are headed. I mean, we're certainly not out of the woods yet, but... Hello! I would like to trade plastics. Both of my plastics for a spare. There you go. This is a worthwhile trade for me. I accept. Now we're going to need an extra metal because I'm fairly certain that to build the spares manufacturing machine, it actually requires a metal. So there we go. We've got a spare. And that can be used on our large wind turbine. Glorious. These all need a botanist to take care of them. We've got plenty of veggies and meat being brought by. I'll actually start trading that away now that it seems that we are actually in a fairly strong position food-wise. I mean, I say fairly strong. There's nothing strong about it. We're not starving, is what I meant to say. Right, we want space. And what's more, I want this room to be a priority. Okay, you decided to use the space on the thing that needed it the least. Not sure how I feel about that, I'll be honest with you. But, okay. I guess I accept. I mean, I don't have much choice. Right, what do we want? For a medium biodome, we are going to... Oh, wow. 5 and 5. Eesh. And we'll get 2 back from this. In fact, we'll get enough bioplastic in one go. So all I need is 3 metal. 6 metal, because I am going to have to hook these up. That's a need. But then we can upgrade this to the medium biodome. At that point, food really won't be an issue, and in fact, I could start selling food. Though once we get to that point, just a single medical plant tray will probably see us fine in terms of our economy, because as long as we don't have to use those medicines on our colonists, we can just trade them off. Like, once we've got up to about 10 medicines, we're good. We can just build up to 15, but always sell 5 off. Now, medicines, I want down to 15. Spares, down to 10. Semiconductors, down to 10 as well. Guns, probably. I mean, realistically, if we're making that many guns... 50 bots. But there we go. We just need 1 more metal and we're sorted. Or rather 2 more metal, really. And then we're sorted. Now, we are starting to stockpile this. So I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable with our position. We've got more starch on the way as well. We are out of spares and that badly needs them. Hello. Oh. Glorious. I approve. I will take 1 space. I will give you this. And then some of these. I will take another spare. And then I will give you even more of these. Oh, that commission is so glorious. A constructor bot. Carrier bot. I mean, you're worth 80. I mean, you are actually worth that. I would totally take that if I could. But I can't. So what I'm going to have to do... is sell more of these. That extra 1. Drat. Okay, I guess we're getting rid of that then. Okay, that'll have to be the trade, and you can just make a bit of profit on this. Oh, actually, I'll take 2 of those as well. Okay, there you go. We're gonna flog off a bunch of the food there. We'll get some ores, which means, I was going to say, our miners won't have to risk themselves in the mine, but unfortunately you have, and you have hurt yourself. But we should be able to get some spares on the go, and actually get a bit of metal. Maybe enough. Maybe enough metal. You badly need to be fixed, and you are soon going to break permanently, which is kind of sad, really. Makes me feel a little bit sad to think that our loyal... carry bot may soon have carried its last. Oh, poor old carry bot. There we go. Everything loaded, and it's gone. Right, get those spares to where they're needed. Now. Also, please fix everything. Unfortunately, with our botanists running back and forth there, it did mean that the vitro meat is really on the verge. Thankfully, they are improving the situation somewhat. Okay. Got ore being made. Glorious. Okay. That is not bad at all. Why do you keep swapping jobs like that? You literally just left this job at 95% completion to go start working on that one. How bizarre. There we go. We've got a nice little stockpile of food again. Let's check on our meal makers though. Yeah, they're doing pretty well actually. It looks like. Let's see the variety of our meals. Pasta, plenty of pastas. Yeah, we shouldn't have anything to worry about regarding meal variety at the very least. Right, here we go. We're going to get a corridor linking these two rooms. At that point, I can safely break that one down. But it's going to be a little while before we have the materials necessary to do that. Bioplastic will be good. But it's the metal... Well, we'll get 2 back from this, and I could just connect it via 1. Realistically, I really actually think that we need these corridors, so I'm probably not going to do that, honestly. Very nice. We're actually gaining power right now. Very nice indeed. Make sure we're at the top speed. Okay. Right, at this stage, we are making some space. Hello. What have you got for us? Oh, I could buy the medical supplies. That would actually be really useful to me. The ore, though. Getting all of that extra metal. Hugely valuable right now. I'll take 1 coin as well. Okay, so I've got a couple of things to trade there. But all of those ores will actually help us out. A fair old chunk as well. And it makes 2 spares for each full process here. You get 2 spares for 1 bioplastic, 1 metal. So you do very quickly get to the spare requirements. You need 5 metal, 5 bioplastic, and that'll give you your 10 spares in total. How are we doing for medicals? Only 2. That is risky. That is quite risky, honestly. Need 1 vegetable, and then you're off. Goodbye. We now have 4 ores. Good times. This should keep that going for a little while. There we are. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Get inside right now. This needs to be shut down. Get inside. That's right. All of you inside. This is basically the trick way of shutting down a colony when there's a bad thing going on. Get in, get in, get in. Are you in? Yes? Yes, you are. Shut down. You cannot leave. Well, rubbish. Let's see how things are going on in here during this solar flare. It's pretty bright out there. You are very lucky to have such potent glass. This is super glass, you know. Can withstand the terrible, terrible ravages of a solar flare. Though, one wonders if it's so blisteringly bright and hot. I'm assuming it's going to be hot from a solar flare. I mean, yes, it's just radiation, and radiation doesn't necessarily need to mean heat, but generally speaking, I can only imagine that, you know, enormous fissures should be forming in the ice sheets here. This should not be a safe place to be during a solar flare, in my humble opinion. Oh, it's calming down. I think the solar flare is gone. Yes, it is. Okay, you can go back outside now. Enjoy. Well done, everyone. We managed that situation well, in my opinion. Okay, we just need 1 more metal there. We should be good. Alright, well, on that note, I feel that we're making progress. We do need to expand this so that we can at least be secure in the knowledge that we've got a steady supply of medicines coming in. But for the time being, between trading and generally just managing our stocks and slowly building up our metal and bioplastics, we seem secure. I don't know how long that's going to last, but I will keep my fingers crossed. Really, game? You trying to make a point? I think it is. I think we should wrap up this episode. So, I hope you've liked this episode and the series as a whole. But until next time, do take care.